Hi, this is Sissy again, and today I am going to do homemade spaghetti sauce. Yes, a hillbilly girl can make great Italian sauce. I have a girlfriend, Karen, who makes the best sauce ever, and she'll probably be upset, but I'm going to put my sauce in a crock pot. The real Italian women don't do crock pots, they put it on the stove. But my recipe is a little bit from my cousin Linda, who taught me how to make some really good sauce. And I'm going to use her recipe, plus add a little special touch to mine. So what I did is, my first step is I take the virgin oil, pour a little bit, of course, in my iron skillets. Get it nice and hot. I take some garlic, maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons of garlic. And I get that nice and brown. I take the garlic. And you want your heat pretty hot. And I get the garlic brown. While that's browning, I'm going to open a can of paste. I like Hunt's paste. I think it has a really good taste. So, I will take that. Oh, let me do this. So, it's getting nice and brown. Oh, I love the smell of garlic. But it doesn't like me. So I take the paste and I put it in here. And I brown the paste with the garlic. Makes it nice. Now what I do, and this is what my cousin Linda taught me, sometimes your tomatoes or your paste or even your sauce has a little bit of bitterness. So to get the bitterness out, you take sugar and you sprinkle just a little bit of sugar, and that's it on your paste. And you let that brown, just fry a little bit, and then I'm going to get a little bit of water, maybe a can full of water, and pour it in here. Oh, and that's what you want it to do, is bubble up. So I'm going to turn it off. And I'll let that just sit there for a while. Stir it up a little bit. And that's your paste. So I'm going to come over here. And I love Giorusso Italian sauce. No, I cannot get it where I live. But every time I go up to Ohio, or if I know someone's coming, I tell them, pick me up a case of Giorusso Italian sauce. It is the best. I love it with my spaghetti and everything. It tastes good. So I pour it, and yes, I'm using a crock pot. And I know some people don't like using it, but I like to put my sauce in a crock pot and go shopping. And spend Arnold's money. But I use 4 cans of the Giorusso sauce. Okay, so I'm putting in my last can of the Giorusso Italian sauce. Okay. Then I have a jar of tomatoes that I got from a young girl. Well, let me see if I can open it. And these are her canned tomatoes, if I could open it. So I'm going to use her tomatoes, her canned tomatoes. Her name's Jody. And this is a really important step. You want to make sure you use good tomatoes. And your sauce will be different on the tomatoes that you use. But I'm going to try Jody's tomatoes and see how good it makes the sauce. So, right here is my secret ingredients. It's a Bloody Mary mix. You can use any. It's alcohol-free. It's just the mix. And I like using it because it adds a little bit of that zest to your sauce. So I just pour just a little bit, and that's it. Now I come over here and I get my paste that I made, and then I pour that in here. This just makes it so good. And believe me, I tried to be lazy and skip this part and just stick the paste and the garlic in it. Don't skip it. It just makes it, I don't know, it just makes it so much better. So I add a little bit of sea salt. I love using sea salt, and you don't need as much as you do on regular salt. So I just sprinkle a little bit, and then I get my Italian seasonings. And like I said, I'm not particular care about what brand you use, just some Italian seasonings, and I sprinkle a little bit in there. Oh, and one good thing, and I love using, is ground pepper. It just makes it really good. And that should be good. You stir it, you put the lid on, and you cook it, I would say, all day long, and whatever you want. Now, during the process, while it's cooking, probably the last hour or two, you add your meatballs. If you're doing frozen, if you're doing homemade, you want to put them in once it starts getting really hot or boil. You want to put your homemade meatballs in there, cook it for a couple more hours, and add some Parmesan cheese. And voila!